welcome back to my channel. This is Cloves, Cleats, and Cupcakes. Today I'm making red velvet cupcakes, and I'm making everything gluten-free, but as always you can just make it however you want. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is preheat the oven to 350. Okay, and then you'll want to line the pan with cupcake batters. It'll probably about 16. Okay, so we'll put that to the side. Okay, so now we're gonna make the batter. So the first thing you wanna do is 1 2/3 cup of flour. So I have the gluten-free flour, but you can just use regular flour. And then you want 1 cup of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. And then 2 teaspoons of cacao powder. Cocoa powder? I don't know. We'll just call it that. 2 teaspoons. Okay, then you want 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay guys, this is embarrassing. We'll get that on later. Hold up, I should probably wash this now. Okay, so we got it clean. So now we'll have 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, and then 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. There we go. And 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I like to pour it over here because I usually pour all the salt and I waste a lot of salt sometimes. Oh, see, just like that. Okay, and then we'll just mix that. Okay, so we got that, and we're gonna add a lot of butter to it. It's like that much butter, and it says like slice it into like teaspoons, but you need 3/4 cup of unsalted butter. It's a lot of butter. Okay, so that was a lot of butter, and we still need to wait for it to mix, but while still have to wait for it to mix. While we do, I'm gonna tell a really quick story. So my sister, who's also my director and producer and stuff, she actually loves butter. Like, I will melt butter to make something, and she's like, let me have it. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna give you the melted butter for my thing. And then one time for Christmas, for our like we get an ornament every year, she got a stick of butter as her ornament. Wait, let's see if it's ready now. I think that's ready. Okay. It's pretty good. All right, so we'll just leave that. Next, okay, so now we want to make the wet ingredients. Okay, so now we're gonna make the wet ingredients. I have, it calls for buttermilk, but I don't actually have buttermilk. So I looked it up, and Google said that for every 1 cup of buttermilk, you need 1 tablespoon of lemon or vinegar. So I used vinegar, but it actually calls for 3/4 cup of milk. So I just did a 3/4 tablespoon of vinegar. So 3/4 cups of buttermilk. Maybe just go to the store and buy buttermilk. I think that might just be the easiest thing to do. Okay, 3/4 cup of buttermilk. 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. 1, 2. Okay. So there's that, and And then it calls for 3 eggs. So now we're gonna whisk it all together. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I think I added a little bit too much vanilla, but it's fine. It'll end up good. Okay, so now we're gonna add the food coloring. This one's a little hard to use, but we'll figure it out. Warning, food coloring can make you bleed. Just kidding, April Fools. So that was a little bit of a struggle bus. I had, it was like pink, but I was gonna add a lot to make it red, but it's not a very good food coloring, so we're not gonna buy that in the future. So I'm just gonna add some orange and some red sprinkles, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so that was a lot better. It looks pretty good. But maybe in the future I should just get some red food coloring, but that's okay. So next, we're gonna pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients, but like a little bit at a time. Okay, so I got the batter. Looks really good. So I'm just gonna spoon all of these into the cupcake batter. I like to use a ice cream scoop. Makes it easier for me, and then I'll use the cooking spray so it doesn't stick to it. So I'm gonna make a couple of mini ones just for fun, and that way I can get this video to hurry up because it's gonna take a while to cook. Okay, so I got all the cupcakes. Now I'm gonna put it in the oven for about 30 minutes, or wait. Yeah, for about 25 minutes or so. These are probably gonna take about 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna make the cream cheese frosting now. So this actually calls for a lot of stuff, and I didn't realize that I didn't have enough powdered sugar, so we're kind of just gonna cut it down. So it calls for 6 cups of powdered sugar, which is a lot. So we're just gonna make it to 4 cups because that's how much I had. So 4 cups of powdered sugar. And honestly, I don't even know if I'm doing the math right, but my sister's doing it for me, and she's a huge nerd. She's going to that circle. Oh, she just made a face at me. Just kidding, she's like a smart nerd. Wait, hold up, we should probably delete that. Okay, let's just keep going. She's just really smart is what I'm trying to say. She's like really, really smart. Okay, so this originally calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, so I'm just gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Dang it, I did it again. Okay, we're just gonna leave it like that. Okay, that was awkward. Okay, so now it originally called for 16 ounces of cream cheese, which is 2 cups of cream cheese. So now I'm just gonna do 1 cup of cream cheese, and I actually like to melt it for a little bit because that makes it a lot easier to mix. Okay, so I got the cream cheese, and I just wanted to clarify what I said earlier. She's a cool nerd. My sister is a cool nerd. I cannot think of the word, but it's okay. Okay, so this originally called for 1.5 cups of butter, which is 3 sticks. But since we're like cutting it down or whatever, I'm just gonna use 2 sticks. So I'm gonna kind of melt this too. Well, just soften it too. Okay, so I got the butter. It's a lot of butter. And we're just gonna have a little bit of salt, just a pinch of salt. Okay, that's satisfying. Now we're gonna mix it all together. So I just want to say really quick, thank goodness for my mom, my sister, and the pause button, because if we didn't have that, I would be so totally cooked right now. My mom has to leave really quick, but we literally just made a really small one, and she said it was so good. Did you like it?
I loved it. Can I have another one?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna pull one out here. I got one really sneaky like. But this frosting with the accommodations for having less fried cream cheese and or powdered sugar, it's really good.
Yeah, because the powdered sugar went everywhere, so it's probably a blessing in disguise.
This is like very. Here we go. You think they're gonna be good?
I mean, you already said they were good. Well, I'll do that later. Okay.
Really good.
Okay, so sometimes I like to put it in a piping bag, but I don't really feel like that today. So we're just gonna put it in the fridge until the rest of them are done. Okay, so I was not ready for us to start this, but let's show the cupcakes. Oh, you got it. So they look pretty good. They're almost done. I've had them in there for about 20 minutes. I think they need to go for another 5 minutes, but they look pretty good. So, yeah. So the cupcakes are done. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and put the frosting on them. I have a soccer game today, so it's probably bad that I made all of the sugar, but that's okay. I mean, I don't play that well in sugar, but it's all good. Okay, so we're done frosting the cupcakes, and now I have my dad to read my taste tester.
I'm here to taste test red velvet cupcakes, which are my favorite because they're not orange. They're red.
Oklahoma. Ooh, that's good.
And they are delicious. Sooner.
Thank you for watching. I hope you learned a little bit. Like and subscribe. Bye.